The distinctive of southern food is developed by history and geography, mainly geography. Look at the map of Thailand and you can see we call it golden axe, right? And then we are the shaft of the axe.
We're surrounded by rivers, by klongs, some provinces, the sea, so there's actually a huge variety. And I think the identity here is that the balance of flavor of Central Thai cuisine.
I think Isan food is very interesting to me because it's very simple and in the same time very complex and also full of flavor. Yeah, a very tasteful region of food.
We're in the mountains, so there are going to be a lot of wild varieties of vegetables. Freshwater fish is what we have because we live with nature.
For me as a foreigner working with Thai ingredients, I think everything what we see, it will excite us. It's really give you something to explore and to discover something new.
Thai Chinese cuisine has really its own unique flavors and culture. So it's a mixed culture of Thai food and Chinese food in a way that you cannot find in China. And it's not traditional Thai food. It's a unique cuisine on its own. If we talk about Thai Chinese food, Chinese people bring noodles. But we, as Thai people, we turn into Thai, flavors, and the ingredients we use, what's available in Thailand. The Chinese people also bring that, wok stir fry. That's a part where Thai Chinese influence our culture. For me, growing up in the Thai Chinese culture, food is a big thing. Like, we eat as a big family in a round table, and all the memories create through food as well. Restaurant Potong is situated in Chinatown. This building belongs to my ancestor. It was built 120 years ago. We play a lot with time. We bring a lot of old and ancient ingredients and the ingredients that we can find around Yaowarat as well. Interpret in a new way that never done before. 5 senses and 5 elements. Try to create memories for the customers that they visit here, and in a way, I want them to feel at home as well. We try to start strong and finish strong as well. And at the end of the meal, they feel like they come and visit a friend's house or a relative house.
Our food landscape is so vast and so diverse. We have all different types of, conditions, mountains, the sea. There's such a huge variety of ingredients. So I think that's what's amazing. You can go up north and you can drive from one province to another and the food will be completely different already, just because there's so much culture and so much food that is available in specific little pockets of areas. So I think that's something that is amazing about Thailand. The heart of what is Bantepa really is us as cooks learning and sourcing local Thai ingredients from local producers who, like us, we think about, food with a more sustainable outlook. And I think that's where we seek out producers who have the same philosophy, just so that we are able to bring back the knowledge that we gain from these areas. And experiment and basically play around with the techniques that we know and that we've learned. What we want to do is showcase these ingredients in a new way, a new form of eating Thai food.
Thailand is surrounded by our neighbor country, but the south is different. It's surrounded by the ocean. So mainly we have the seafood. We have the fishermen. We have a lot of fortress. We have a lot of temples. So we have the soldier, that what soldier eats all around the world. The answer is carbohydrates. So we eat rice, basically. Maybe a lot of people say the southern food is have to be spicy, but for me, it has to be a lot of flavors. You have eat a lot of rice and then a small portion of food that you can eat with rice, right? So the flavor have to be strong. I will call Son refined more than fine dining, because we refine everything and we use the best ingredient we could find in the south. We take no shortcuts. We do it the old way as the lost art, and the concept is to put time and love in it and stay authentic as possible. And we want you to experience in the Thai way. I use only Thai, and then I cook in the Thai method with the ancient way. Here we are.
Northern Thai food is missing a very big piece of puzzle. Northern Thai cuisines lack of sweetness, which is something everybody loves, lack of acidity, lack of sourness. Instead, we very focus on saltiness, umami, and Northern people love bitterness. The challenging part is that how can you combine that and make people love? That's the character of Northern Thai food. We focus more on vegetables and seasonal vegetables that comes out. We have our own way of expressing our food because we have a lot of tribes and we have many kinds of Thais, and we have people that comes down from the southern China as well. So all these people mixed together, we have this one cluster of culture. I have a restaurant called Locus Native Food Lab at Pasak Thong. The idea behind Locus is very simple. We just want to deliver cultural experience for the diner. We want to be able to take you through our rich history, our culture, that reflects through food, because I truly believe that food can be more than the things that you eat. It can be an expression. So we use our food to explain about things that we like to say to you. Northern food or Lana food is our core. So we always stay with Lana food, right? With a little bit of twist. But the most important thing that we do in our food is we never forget the soul or the purpose of the food.
I think the characters of the Isan food is quite rounded, and it showcases the seasonal product during that time to its proper extent. Well, I guess the important ingredients of the Isan region obviously is sticky rice. It's used not just to eat as we all eat as sticky rice with our meals. There's so much more to it, quite an astounding ingredient from the Isan region. I think the Isan food that we want to portray at Mahase is something that is still relevant to Isan food. We try not to drift away too much from what it is, because we don't want to leave the originality of it. But at the same time, we also want to use the best ingredients that's available from that area, plus more textures that we can produce with the products as well, and to make it a little more interesting, a little more fun. So the beef we get is from the Isan region. We try to focus on 3 cities of sourcing our beef. Most of the beef that comes to us is raised on grain. They are mixed between a Wagyu and a dairy cattle. Have flavor profiles that are quite strong and quite good. And the quality is quite up there with all the imported products, or even better sometimes. We give it its right value, and then we don't try to push it below anything that it shouldn't be.
I'm mostly impressed by how the people are willing to improve on what they do. The farmers also acknowledge, okay, if I make something better, if I make something organic. Right now the consistency is there. You see that a lot more people are willing to go this direction, because in the end it will benefit everyone. There's a lot of produce what really excites me at the moment. 99% of my inspiration comes from produce. Because I said before, there are a lot of things I don't know, so now maybe I know 10% of what Thailand's have to offer to us, but the other 90% we haven't discovered yet. Then we start to think, okay, let me go back to my European knowledge of what I have. We try to compare with that kind of taste, and then we start to create new dishes, and that is where all the inspiration comes from. It really comes from the products. We try to offer modern European cuisine, but sourced through different regions of Thailand. They can experiment and try different type of ingredients sourcing from across the country. And I think that is, what we try to offer our guests here. And that we would like to take every guest on an experience through Thailand.
Food and traveling, you can't really separate them. For me, it's the same thing. You travel to eat, or you eat during your travel. It's something that connect.
I would do things around my meals. When you're doing things around your meals, that is already giving quite a big importance to your trip.
The more you travel, the more you see, the more you taste. That is what I would highly recommend for everyone who visits to do.
Come on, it's together. It's the major part for me. I can travel around the world for food, just for food.
Food is something you need, right? So without food, we will not be here. So I think food and traveling will always be together.
It's the food that you learn about its own culture. Without good food, your travel won't complete.